strange things are afoot at the Circle K.
Welcome back to another session of Power Director Made Simple. Today, we are going to take a quick look at the availability of resources for background music built into Power Director. Some major changes have happened with the update of Power Director dated March 27th, 2024. You are looking at the empty screen of Power Director 365. If you look along the left side and ignore the advertising of the two AI features, you'll find 6 main menu items: My Media, Color Boards, Background Music, Sound Effects, and My Projects. Our interest now will be in the background music, which when opened shows 3 different sources: Cyberlink, Meta, and Soundstripe. By the way, Soundstripe is not new, as Cyberlink tries to show it in this update, but apparently the fact that they may have solved the copyright infringement issue causes them to think of it as a new feature. The major changes apply to the music within the Meta and the Soundstripe categories. Now let's first talk about any of the music tracks within the Cyberlink category. This music can be used in a video uploaded to social media or other websites such as YouTube with video monetization enabled. That seems to have always been the case, and there are no changes with this update. Now, in the next category is Meta, which you should know is the parent company of Facebook. It's technically Meta Platforms Incorporated, with the CEO Mark Zuckerberg owning 13% of the shares as of January 2024. Now, prior to this most recent update, there was no mention about restrictions on using the Meta music tracks, but apparently there were some copyright issues that needed to be ironed out, and this new release makes those changes clear. If you click on Meta at the top, these new terms of use specify Meta hereby grants you a non-exclusive, royalty-free license to use the sound collection audio content for commercial or non-commercial purposes in content you create, upload, and distribute on the Meta company products only. You may not perform, distribute, make available, or otherwise use the sound collection audio content separately from the Meta company products. Now, let me read that last line again. You may not perform, distribute, make available, or otherwise use the sound collection audio content separately from the Meta company products. Now that means that the Meta music available from within Power Director can only be used with Meta-related services, such as Facebook or Instagram. It cannot be used with other services such as YouTube. Now, that's a big change from before. I've used Meta tracks on YouTube videos in the past, but apparently that is now a copyright violation. Oh well, no big thing, as it still leaves the Cyberlink and the Soundstripe resources. Or does it? The major change in this update is in the use of tracks from Soundstripe. As you know, I've had my run-ins with Soundstripe and Cyberlink concerning copyright violations last month and the month before, and both parties have privately promised me that it would be resolved by the end of March. Well, I got to hand it to them. They resolved it with this release of March 27th, but I'm not sure about these hoops that are going to be needed to be jumped through. I'll find out when I go to upload this video to YouTube. Now let's take a look at the new FAQ from Cyberlink support. I'll show the URL below in case you want to look at it yourself. The revised agreement between Cyberlink and Soundstripe now calls for a special code number that is generated whenever a video file with any Soundstripe music is generated by Power Director. If you upload the video file directly to YouTube from within Power Director, then the code will be automatically pasted into the YouTube video description, all automatically. Easy peasy. But if you're like most people and you manually upload your video to YouTube, then Power Director will generate a YouTube code for each music track used after exporting a video on your PC. You can click on the Copy button to copy the YouTube code and then paste it into your video description on the YouTube website. So let's see how this works. Just for the sake of making a quick video with some Soundstripe music, let's use this Getty stock video of some surfers and place it on track 1. Now for some Soundstripe music. I'll choose from the modern orchestral genre, and I'll choose Beyond the Horizon. I'll leave the sound of the surf from the video clip playing at the same time. Next, I'm going to export to create my MP4 file. When done, I should get the code number to add to my video description. I'm going to use that same Soundstripe music track in this video, and here is what that video description for this video is going to look like. Well, that's where we are now. It seems like one step forward in fixing the Soundstripe problems, but one step backward with the loss of the meta tracks being used on YouTube. And what are the bets that this special code works without Soundstripe claiming a copyright violation? I'm worried that YouTube will say something like, hey, we don't know anything about these codes. Your music is still a copyright violation. I think maybe somebody will have forgotten to send the memo to YouTube. But from what I understand, this code method is very similar to the same method used by regular subscribers to Soundstripe. I should be more optimistic and think, oh yes, it's going to work perfectly. So after I upload this to YouTube, I'm going to wait the typical 2 to 4 hours for a copyright notice to be generated by Soundstripe. And if that happens, I'll post that information in this video description, which is merely a text document that can be easily changed. So come back in a day or so and reread the video description just to see the final outcome. In the meantime, hit like if you enjoyed this video, share it with your friends, and make sure you have subscribed. Thanks for watching.